Quick video here to review how to use the Cincinnati Public Library's website to access EBSCOhost databases. First thing we need to do is get to the Public Library's website. So do a Google search for Cincinnati Public Library, and you can either go straight to the research databases through the link, but I'm going to walk you through that access to the homepage. So we'll go to their homepage. You'll find a quick find menu search over on the left. Choose research databases. And then we're just going to use the areas of interest as our access point and just jump in through education. Now, what we're looking for is the name of one specific database, Academic Search Premier. This is probably EBSCO's most popular database, and it's going to be, again, the one we're going to launch into all of the EBSCO databases. Here it is. So we'll jump in through here. Now, at this point, the library is going to ask for your login information. Now, again, please use your own personal library card, and I do believe you can access a digital library card online from the library's website, and you don't even need to go to a branch to actually get a physical card. But in the event you need something right now, you can access with my user information. So here's my library card number, and then my PIN number is 9350. So let's jump in. Now, since we've entered the database system through only a single database, Academic Search Premier, before we can start our research, we need to open this up to all of the EBSCO databases. And so we're going to choose all databases here. So go to the Choose Databases link. And again, here's our long list of EBSCO databases. We want all of them. So select all. You'll note check marks appear in all of the boxes, so we're good to go. Click OK. And you can verify that you're looking at all of these databases by looking at the searching window here. No longer is it just searching EBSCO or searching Academic Search Premier. It also has a link for Show All. You click that, you're going to see all of the databases we're looking at. So we know we're good. Now we have to open up an advanced search. So remember, the format for our research question should always be, to what extent does A affect B, or to what degree does X impact Y? You know, the wording is basically the same, it's just swapping out some synonyms. And we want that X, Y setup because we'll put the X term in the first box and then the Y term in the second box. So we were using the example the other day, to what extent does social media impact presidential elections? Now, I'm going to add an additional term here because I don't want the presidential elections in other countries like France or Canada or anything like that. I want them in the United States. So I'm going to add United States. And so we're going to get searches here that involve social media and presidential elections and the United States. Let's go ahead and search. Now, this is going to give us a large number that we're going to have to whittle down through some refinements. Got over 6,000 hits. No problem. This is when we go to the refined search options. First and most important refinement to make is click full text. If you don't click full text, then you're just going to get some links that go nowhere. We only want access to articles. And so if you don't click full text, you're going to get a source that you can't actually open and read. So always click full text. That cut us about in half. So we need more refinements there because 3,600, we're not reading that. Now remember, our target is to use academic journals. That's really all we want to focus on if we can help it. So let's then refine by source type. We'll click academic journals. This should cut us down significantly. Down to 204. Not bad, but remember our target is to get somewhere around 50 or less. So the next most common way to refine your search is by the publication date. So if you look here, it's setting it up from 1968 to 2020. I don't know what kind of social media they're talking about in 1968, but it's clearly not the kind of social media I'm thinking about. Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, those kind of social media sites. So I need to adjust this. Now, clearly social media has not been around that long, really, if you think about it. It's been maybe since the early mid-2000s, and really 2010 is when a lot of social media sites really came into their own. But having done some background reading, I know that the first presidential election that was really, truly influenced by social media was the 2016. Now, I could certainly put 2016 here, but something tells me this is still going to be a lot of hits. And so maybe what I want to do is focus on the most recent presidential election. And so I'm still at 115. That's still higher than I want it to be. So let me bump this up to 2019. Now, the nice thing about research is it's usually backwards looking. So even though I have an article from 2019 or 2020, it's probably going to look back at the 2016 election. And now I'm at 34 hits. Great. So I've got social media, I've got presidential elections, United States. I have this set up through full text. My dates are from 2019 to 2020, and I'm only looking at academic journals. So I know you should all be relevant and credible sources. So let's say I'm just going to randomly pick one of these. Here's an interesting looking one. Hostile media perceptions in the age of social media. Following politicians, emotions, and perceptions of media bias. This could work. Down here, I do see it's a subject heading of presidential candidates. All right, let's go and take a look at it. So this is going to take us to the detailed record page. Now, I'm going to keep this page up for a while, even though I'm going to be working with my email and my annotated bib document, because ultimately, we're going to need one of two pieces of information that are going to come off of this detailed record page. We're either going to want a DOI number, which we do actually have, or we're going to need the name of the database. So for the sake of argument, let's say I've looked at this article, I've read it, I went to the full text PDF, I like it. So what do I have to do? I have to email it to myself. So click your email tool over on the right, type in your email. I don't know why my screen has this all bunched up. It may be because I'm running a video right now. Usually it's a little bit cleaner, not a problem though. So put your email in here. You'll see there's another option on the right called citation format. That's when we're going to choose APA. Let the computer do as much work for you as it can. That's what these tools are here for. So it's been emailed to me. So I just need to go to my Gmail account now where I sent it. If you don't see it appear right away, do a couple things. Refresh, and here it happens to be. And if that didn't work, check your spam folder, because sometimes they can go to spam. So now I have my article here. So let me go ahead and copy it. Now notice I have not closed the EBSCOhost window. I want to keep that up for a little while in case I have to reference the article or I have to reference something on that detailed record form. So let me go ahead and jump into my annotated bibliography document. Remember, all properly formatted documents have to have your student name, teacher name, class name, and due date. Have a title for your document. So here's Social Media and Politics and Annotated Bibliography. You'll notice I've got a couple sources here already. Please note, they're in alphabetical order. Gong, Schroeder, Walton, based on the lead author's last name. So make sure you put that in the right order. I'm just going to click down here and paste my new source in. Let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. You notice how our first line should be over on the left margin. So let's backspace that. We're already double spaced because this document has been double spaced, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. But we also need to push our second, third, fourth lines over a space, or over a tab, 5 spaces actually. So we'll come down there. Remember, before we hit the tab button, we have to hit enter. Now let's pay attention to what happens between these two lines here. All right, you see how that bumped it down a little bit? We will need to fix that. I'll show you how in a second. But let's go ahead and tab everything over and just backspace that top line again. You're good. Okay, so let's fix this extra space because we do not want it. I know it's nitpicky, but citation formats are nitpicky. That's the nature of the beast. So how do you fix it? Pretty simple. Highlight these two lines. Let's go to your spacing tool, which is the one that has the 3 lines and the up and down arrows. You'll notice here it says remove space before and remove space after paragraph. That tells me something was added. So we want to remove both of those. So we'll get rid of the one after, go back in, do it again, and you'll see that one's gone. We need to remove that one. We just got cleaned up. Good. So now we're ready to do some final editing here. Remember, the computer did most of the work, but we still have to proofread for things like capitalization and page numbers. So here are author names: Weeks, BE, Kim, DH, all last names, comma, first initials. Year of publication, we're good. Title of the article comes next. Now remember, APA requires us to use sentence format. That means, just like in a sentence, you only capitalize the first word of the sentence and any proper nouns, like people's names. So everything else should be lowercase. So as I'm looking here, I got everything's basically capitalized. So we have to fix that. Quick fix. Highlight everything you want lowercase. Go to Format, Text, Capitalization, and choose lowercase. It does it all for you. Now you see this colon? That tells us we've got a title and a subtitle. So we start this over again with the sentence format. First word gets capitalized, everything else lowercase. Always double check, make sure you don't have any proper nouns, and then do Format, Text, Capitalization, lowercase. Easy. Now, our title of our article, this follows the typical title format, so all the big words basically capitalized, and it should also be italicized. Good, we've got it. Volume number should be in italics, issue number should be in parentheses, not italics. Page numbers, 374 to 392. That looks good. If you get something weird like an E number, just go back into your original document, open up your PDF, and remember, we're going to ignore these numbers. We want to look at the numbers on the actual article. So if that happens to be 374 through our number, perfect. If you had some weird E number, take a look at what this page range is. It's probably like 1 through 20 or something like that. Use these numbers. But ours was already set. And then we have our DOI number here at the end. Now, remember, the one thing we have to make sure to do is get rid of the hyperlink. It's blue and underlined, so we need to get rid of that. Google does it. It makes it very easy to do that. Click on the link, and you'll see we have a link with a slash through it. Click it. Now we're good. This is set. So next, all we would need is put quotes, summary, assessment, and then your reflection. Now, let's say we didn't have a DOI number. Sake of argument, we'll pretend it didn't exist. This is when we need the database number, our database name. Remember, I didn't get rid of my detailed entry, so we'll go back there, go back to our detailed record, and this is when we're going to scroll down to the bottom of the screen to find the database name. Again, I know we have a DOI number. We always want to use that instead, but we're pretending for sake of argument we don't have one. Type retrieved from, and then just copy and paste your database name in, master file premier, and then we're good. If the text changed a little bit, just double check it. That's 11-point font, came in this 10-point font. Let's make that the same size, and we're good. Now, one last thing to double check. Remember, all of our sources were in alphabetical order by the lead author's name. Don't lose points by forgetting to alphabetize this piece. So this is Weeks. Let's just make sure it's in the right spot. Walton, W-A, W-E, we're good. So the only thing we have left to do here is put our quotes, write our summary. Remember, that's a hypothesis, method, and conclusion. Assessment, credibility. So are the authors credible? And if it's an academic journal, all you need to do is open up that article and take a look for the name of the university they're associated with. That you will either find that at the bottom, underneath their names. Scroll down to the bottom of the first page, you'll see here, Weeks is a professor in the Department of Communication Studies at The Ohio State University. And that's all you need to type there for your assessment. And then your reflection again is why is it relevant and how you're going to use it. So quick review on how to access the databases through the library, how to conduct a good search, and then how to email that article to yourself and set your annotated bib up. Again, I hope this video helped, and always please ask questions if you have any. Guys, take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon.